Well, the band started in 1987 in a small coastal town in Aberdeen, Washington.
I'd been playing guitar for about 3 years before I started a band. I couldn't find anyone in my hometown to play with until I met Chris.
Well, they started out as these little fuckheads from a small town from Aberdeen, and all they did was smoke pot and spray paint the walls and stuff, and they're all rebellious, and they didn't like their parents, and had to find a new outlet for all their rebellious energy. So they started a band with a drummer, and then they kicked that drummer out, and then they got another drummer. And they kicked that drummer out, and then they got another drummer, and then they kicked that drummer out. Then they got another. Then they made a record with that drummer. Then they kicked them out, and then they got another one. Then they borrowed one. Borrowed from the Melvins, this guy named Dale Griffin, and then he couldn't stay. And then they got another one. They kicked him out. And then,
what was that, you?
Oh yeah,
you're happy to. We've got over our problem.
So
I don't even know who all the members were.
In the meantime, they toured a couple times and put out some records and stuff. And people like them.
I could probably walk down the street and run into one.
Run into a drummer and I don't recognize him.
Where's Ice?
For a long time, we weren't very happy with Chad's drumming, basically. I mean, he has his own unique style, and it's appropriate for a lot of the songs that we wrote, but not for what we really wanted to do at the time. We just wanted to move into more of a pop world, at the time, and his style just didn't fit. And I made a demo in late 85, and at my aunt's house on a 4-track. And I had the tape for about a year or so. And I was always trying to push it on my friends, to try to get them into starting a band with me. And one day Chris, after probably hearing it a few times, just decided, hey, this is pretty good.
And we practiced almost every night of the week, and that was months too. That was from 4 months or something, or 5 months. We practiced so much and write a song almost every practice.
At that time, I lived in Tacoma and Kurt lived in Olympia. And my mom had this empty apartment above her. She owned a building where this beauty salon was in. And we spent a week down there before we went to record Bleach and just hashed it out up there all night long.
We wrote so many songs in that week right before we recorded that we were excited about the new songs. We wanted to record them. But initially we were really into experimental, noisy, Butthole Surfers kind of music, But we did feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of intimidation by the whole Seattle scene because everyone was so heavily into this retro 70s thing. And we wanted to just record the few new songs that we had and re-record most of the stuff that was on the Fecal Matter tape. And that would have been the album. It would have been a lot more like Incesticide, but we just happened to write so many new songs, and we just put it on Bleach. And they just happened to have been more in the 70s vein,
Coming from Aberdeen, it was just to go drive around the country, go to New York, that was an achievement right there. It's such a big goal that I couldn't see much far past that, but you do that for a couple times. What's going to Europe? And then, wow, Sonic Youth and Dinosaur, they all signed to major labels. Why don't we? We were just making records like everybody else was. We were making Jack and Dino produced records recorded at Reciprocal Studios on an 8-track.
Attention, you know what I mean? A lot of Teen Spirit was kind of played into the ground. Kind of made me feel a little self-conscious, What do you guys think of Hysteria?
Oh, it's a load of shit. I think there are at least 10 to 15 other bands who are just as good, if not better than us, and they deserve just as much attention as we do if they choose to take that attention.
You get signed to a major label, you get an advance, and then you get a producer, and then you go to Los Angeles and you record in studios. That's $1,200 a day, and you come out with like a big record. Things came together really fast. Within a week, we had a set. I think we had like a half-hour set.
It was just so amazing, you know, to actually play. I mean, I'd heard these songs because they were recorded, but all the instruments were dubbed, you know. To play them live in a room, you know, it was amazing. It was like the most incredible thing I've ever done. I thought I want to do a video that's either from. I wanted something that looked like it was off of live television from the late 50s or early 60s. And I thought the best way to do it, instead of trying to reproduce that effect with new film, I asked Kevin, are those kinescope cameras still available? And he said, yeah, we can get them in Hollywood. You can get anything in Hollywood. So it just worked out perfectly.
There was just so many stories out there, like Newsweek totally jumped on it. They just needed a story. Well, that's a whole American already. World media is just based on the story. You gotta have the story. And here's the story that our record was unlistenable and unreleasable and it was whatever. And it wasn't that way at all.
You get on stage and they stand there and they go, there are always a few who just don't give a rat's ass or what band is up there. They just want loud rock and roll and they just have to put up with it. You know, if they're respectful, they could come up there, but some guy has to come up and bump into you. They just not even watching.
You know, I mean, it just gets to the point where, when we played the show a couple weeks ago, where I've got this, you know, my bass drum is 2 feet away from the edge of the stage, and there's just kids like falling in, I got cymbals hitting me, there's kids with my sticks in Washington State, kids with my sticks going, hey, playing my drums for me. It's like,
and then people are running at you, and you can't close your eyes or anything because you have to walk around. Make sure you don't get the microphone smacked in your face.
And you know, kids want to come up and jump off the stage, you know, do stage stars, whatever. More power to them.
Just have some respect and get up there, have your moment of glory, and jump off.
Right. You know, you got people who get up there and go like, Tony, look at me. Then they dive off. So they come up to you and they go, I can play so
or even here.
Oh.
As long as I don't spill my beer by my hand.
Man, I used to be in this other band, and the bass player had dreads. Put it up in his head.
I need to see the EDR.
We always say, Skeeter, did you get rid of everything? Yeah. Cool. Cross the border. 2 seconds after we crossed the border.
Yeah, we know you don't have any cash. Shit, you know. But do you smoke? You smoke it? It's okay. It's okay to tell me. I smoke it myself sometimes. No, that's stuff for the birds. That's not for me.
It's bad for your brain.
Oh no. They think you're really stupid. Never touch a stuff.
I do take it a lot. I mean, nailed it.
Oh sure.
You want some?
I feel that. Everyone's looking at me just laughing. Oh, you know what we do? If we were doing Kids on the Block, we do what they did. You just have CD play and just lip sync to it, you know? And just be totally pissed out of our fucking head. And then, you know, go up there and just kind of move around. Then you can do real acrobatics, like trapezes and trampolines. And get shot out of a cannon. Wow, that's great. And not miss a note where it flies in the air. Look at him. It's all lip syncing, you know? And not even play the bass. I'll hire somebody to play the bass for me.
This is
John Entwistle. He needs money, right? Yeah. John Entwistle.
You can actually just show him on the stage and you can just say that this is Chris's personal bass player.
John Entwistle would be there in like a brown Naugahyde, like a red Naugahyde coat. He'd have these flares on, and it'd be so great. And he'd just stand there, put the body on, and I'd be there going, drunk. Look at him, he's making a total fool out of himself, and he pissed, a big piss game right in my pants right here, you know? Oh, you pathetic mess. But I had a lot of fun, so rhythm.
Melody.
The Dorian mode.
Promise of the power chord?
Promise.
A good time. Hey, beer drinking, girl fucking, crack smoking.
Clean guitars, but it's like a sharp edge to augmented chords.
Never know.
That's good also.
Overindulgent masturbatory jack off. Time signatures.
Xylophones.
Absolute vibe.
There's just all kinds of weird stuff going on, and then all of a sudden there's this baby born, and I think it was like something really, really, really positive that came out of some kind of hard times, and it was kind of a blessing, and I was really glad to see her there, and everybody was, and Kurt and Courtney were proud parents, and because she was like this beam of optimism that came up.
We want to make a movie soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. We love the idea. We've been toying around with ideas. Well, it wouldn't be like an obvious cult slasher movie or something like that. It'd be just pretty much on the same lines as a David Lynch movie. Not much of a plot, maybe. Just imagery. Just a montage of weird stuff.
Don't drink Budweiser.
Or it was Coors. Was it Coors? You shouldn't drink Coors beer?
Coors is not pasteurized. We don't drink Coors very often, but Budweiser, it seems every time we get beer brought backstage, it's Budweiser. And this stuff tastes like piss. It's water. It's not even real piss with real good vitamins in it. It's like watered down piss. The working class deserve Budweiser. Yeah, I mean, that's just proof that you can feed them, and you can feed the general public anything, whether it's vanilla ice or pissy beer. The thing that pisses me off more than anything in the world is people not fighting against oppression and boredom and complaining about it. They don't have the right to complain. We used to trash things a lot more than we do now. It's just getting kind of boring. It started to be kind of contrived or repetitious.
I don't know nothing about Satan. I don't know nothing about religion either. What's that? Yeah. Satan, he's pretty good.
Satan's just alright,
Yeah, Satan's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Satan's been exploited, man.
I really want to change our style of music. I want to do something different, really different, and I want to have enough guts to do that. And if it alienates people, that's too bad, but the Beatles went from, not to compare us to the Beatles, but the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and bands like that went from, I Want to Hold Your Hand to Sgt. Pepper's, that was a massive progression, and I just want to experiment.
We thought there's bigger hits on that record, like Lithium and In Bloom, and so we recorded Teen Spirit, and I remember Kurt put the vocals down, and then the next day I walked in the studio, and Butch was like, "Oh, you guys gotta listen to this." And he had like a rough mix of it, and just cranked it. It was like, wow, this really rocks. It was really rocking song, really powerful, and it just really turned things upside down.
Before our record came out, the top 10 was like Whitney Houston, and there was no rock band on the top 10, or an important band, whatever that means. So it really took a while, like a year and a half or more, until everything had happened, or after everything had happened, that I really realized, like, wow, I guess we really did kind of make a difference.
Just see what's going on and how stupid your fellow man is. Why is what's on TV, or how stupid they want you, you know what I mean? Like, we have 40 channels where I live. There's like
40 examples.
40 examples of stupidity. So it's a good reminder, And again, the weak person that I am, I want to be entertained. I demand to be entertained.
I demand my entertainment.
There's got to be something here, damn it.
And sometimes there is.
There'll be, sometimes there is. Some people do there. Maybe 10%
That's something
of the stuff
contemporary.
is on there, And
A rerun of an old movie.
Well, maybe you'll take some mind-expanding substance. Things are different now. And then start talking.
ABBA.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
I used to like Metallica when Kill 'Em All came out, but that's just about the only metal I've ever appreciated besides old stuff like Led Zeppelin, stuff like that. Yeah,
It's funny how don't have a total animosity, hatred towards them, as I do with most metal bands. I just look at them and say, these guys are fucked up, and bad. And I see Metallica, it's like, I haven't sung this one.
Because they write good songs.
Yeah,
I don't think they ever had to kiss anybody's ass, you know? I mean, they kind of made it doing what they do, and I respect them for
They
that.
made metal on a street level again, in a real way. I don't know, cinema is really looking better, in my opinion. The movies themselves are getting a lot better. Because people like David Lynch and John Waters are being allowed to make commercial movies that they're getting financial fame. And things are mainly just getting more surrealistic, and that's what I prefer. But it's cool. It's really good. I'm surprised at cinema now, and I haven't been excited about movies for years. It's really nice. At least there's that medium of art to look forward to.
The fact that we're on Geffen helped us take our time on the album more. We didn't record it in 6 days like we did our other album. Yeah, that's the main reason that it gave us more freedom, because we were able to take our time on it. It took about 3 weeks. So it was nice. It was nice to be able to take your time and get it right.
What's led to win one of these things?
I've already got 2 of them. I have 3 toilets, and I put 2 of them in each toilet so far, and now I've won a 3rd, so I've
That's the
got
American
an
dream.
all match.
2 3-car garage, too.
Yep.
That's right.
Hey, can I have that cookie, too?
You know, it seems that people come to these events so much to win the awards and take them home and, you know, put them there for the party, for the whole thing, and see live performances. Is that kind of it?
No, because if we don't come, they won't show our videos on MTV, and our careers will be over.
Yeah, you have to schmooze or they'll you have to kiss butt.
We're here to glad hand.
It's not choose or lose, it's schmooze or lose.
Schmooze or lose.
Is that true? You know, how important is MTV in determining what not only America, but what the rest of the world gets to even hear?
What do you think?
And that's
It's a monopoly. It's a 99% monopoly.
And that's a disturbing paradox between the access MTV has to the people of the world and the potential that it's just pissing away.
It's become a catalog for, like, you know, middle America viewers. They decide that the hot new video is the hot new band of whatever.
Yeah. People say that you guys did really well with MTV and MTV exposure.
We did well financially and success-wise, but that doesn't mean that doesn't have anything to do with our music or what we want to say. It's just that we wanted to participate in the music industry, so we participated with MTV. We sold out.
Yep.
Kill us.
Pressure is on you that you better show up and you better, you know,
Well, they said that they know where my little sister goes to school, and that
There's already been a couple car
my mom's
bombings.
address, where she lives, and that's scary when they start threatening your family.
Not when people recognize you, not when you can't have a moment. You can't. The people are waiting in the lobby of your hotel and constantly asking you for your signature, which still baffles me. I don't understand the autograph concept at all.
Pain. I mean, I was in pain for so long that I didn't care if I was in a band. I didn't care if I was alive, you know. And it just so happened that I came to that conclusion at a time when my band became really popular, you know. I mean, it had been going on and building up for so many years that I was, you know, suicidal. I mean, I just didn't want to live. So I just thought, if I'm gonna die, if I'm gonna kill myself, I should take some drugs, you know. I may as well become a junkie, because I felt like a junkie every day, you know. You know, waking up starving, forcing myself to eat, you know, barfing it back up. It's like, you know, just imagine trying to eat your 3 meals a day and just concentrating and just crying at times, just like, ugh, I'm in pain all the time, you know.
I feel the same way you guys do. If you guys don't think But I used to sit in this room when he played guitar and sang and feel so honored to be near him. You're crazy. Anyway, he left a note. It's more like a letter to the fucking editor. I don't know what happened. I mean, it was gonna happen. But it could have happened when he was 40. He always said he was gonna outlive everybody and be 120. I'm not gonna read you all the note because it's none of the rest of your fucking business, but some of it is to you. I don't really think it takes away his dignity to read this, considering that it's addressed to most of you. He's such an asshole. I want you all to say asshole really loud. This note should be pretty easy to understand. All the warnings from the Punk Rock 101 curses over the years since my first introduction to the, shall we say, ethics involved with independence and the embracement of your community has proven to be very true. I haven't felt the excitement of listening to as well as creating music, along with really writing something for too many years now. I feel guilty beyond words about these things. For example, when we're backstage and the lights go out and the manic roar of the crowd begins, it doesn't affect me the way in which it did for Freddie Mercury, who seemed to love and relish in the love and adoration from the crowd. Well, Kurt, so fucking what? Then don't be a rock star, you asshole. Which is something I totally admire and envy. The fact is, I can't fool you, any one of you. It simply isn't fair to you or to me. The worst crime I can think of would be to pull people off by faking it and pretending as if I'm having 100% fun. No, Kurt, the worst crime I can think of is for you to just continue being a rock star when you fucking hate it and just fucking stop. Sometimes I feel as I should have a punch-in time clock before I walk out on stage. I've tried everything within my power to appreciate it, and I do. God, believe me, I do. But it's not enough. I appreciate the fact that I and we have affected and entertained a lot of people. I must be one of those narcissists who only appreciate things when they're alone. I'm too sensitive. Oh. I need to be slightly numb in order to regain the enthusiasm I once had as our child. On our last 3 tours, I've had a much better appreciation of all the people I've known personally and as fans of our music, but I still can't get out the frustration, the guilt, and the empathy I have for everybody. There's good in all of us, and I simply love people too much. So why didn't you just fucking stay? So much that it makes me feel too fucking sad. The sad, little sensitive, unappreciative Pisces Jesus man. Oh, shut up, bastard. Why don't you just enjoy it? I don't know. Then he goes on to say personal things to me that are none of your damn business. Personal things of Francis that are none of your damn business. I have it good, very good, and I'm grateful. But since the age of 7, I've become hateful towards all humans in general, only because it seems so easy for people to get along and have empathy. Empathy. Only because I love and feel for people too much, I guess. Thank you all from the pit of my burning, nauseous stomach for your letters and concern during the last years. I'm too much of an erratic, moody person, and I don't have the passion anymore. And so remember, and don't remember this because this is a fucking lie. It's better to burn out than to fade away. God, you asshole. Peace, love, empathy. Kurt Cobain. And then there's some more personal things that are none of your damn businesses. And just remember, this is all bullshit. But I want you to know one thing. That 80s tough love bullshit, it doesn't work. It's not real. It doesn't work. I should have let him, we all should have let him have his numbness. We should have let him have the thing that made him feel better, that made his stomach feel better. We should have let him have it. instead of trying to strip away his skin. You go home and you tell your parents, don't you ever try that tough love bullshit on me, because it doesn't fucking work. That's what I think. And I'm laying in our bed, and I'm really sorry. And I feel the same way you do. I'm really sorry, you guys. I don't know what I could have done. I wish I'd have been here. And I wish I hadn't listened to other people. But I did. Every night I've been sleeping with his mother, and I wake up in the morning, I think it's him, because our bodies sort of the same. And I have to go now. Just tell him he's a fucker, okay? Just say, fucker, you're a fucker. And that you love him.
Because he doesn't want to be known for being a drug addict, and he doesn't want to be known for being a loser or anything that Rush Limbaugh called him. We all know what he gave to us, and those baby boomers are not supposed to understand, That's what people like Rush Limbaugh and Andy Rooney exist for, Kurt, to irritate them. He touched all of our lives, and that's people over 32. They're not meant to understand what Kurt was, like I said, he was put here to irritate them. These people grew up in the 60s with a generation gap, and now they're really pissed that there's another one, because they refuse to grow old, and something good can come out of Kurt's death. I don't know what it is yet, but something good can. I mean, Kurt changed the music industry completely. He turned it on his ass, He changed the way, if it had happened to me, Kurt would be sitting out here in this park with you too. He never made himself inaccessible to people. He never, ever did any rock star bullshit. If you stopped him on the street, even if you looked like you just stepped off an airplane, you were a stewardess, he'd still talk to you for 10 minutes. He was so good that way and had no attitude. And I wish he'd had a little more attitude, because that might have helped. But what would have helped more than anything was no guns. So just try and do that, all right? All right. Thank you. I'm sorry if I'm making you more upset.